Once there lived a wealthy merchant named Babu Danj. He owned large warehouses of silk and grain. He walked with his chest puffed out, his fingers heavy with rings of ruby and sapphire. He believed that everything in this world had a price, even blessings. One evening, the head priest of the main temple made a grand announcement. Tomorrow is the night of the great offering. Whoever brings the light that Seth Donrai's arrogance pleases God the most will receive the sacred garland of victory. Seth Donrai smiled greedily. He thought, I have gold, I have oil. I will light up the riverbank so brightly that the stars will look dim. He immediately ordered his servants to buy 1,000 lamps made of pure silver. He told them to fill each with the most expensive ghee from the royal dairy. He was sure his wealth would buy him the honor he desired. But on the cold stone steps of the riverbank lived a small boy named Siachu. Siachu was an orphan. He survived by sweeping the temple stairs. He heard the announcement and his heart ached. I want to offer a light too, he whispered. But I have no chatu and the broken lamp, money. He searched through the trash piles and found an old clay lamp, a day that was broken and chipped. This will be my offering, he said gently. He begged an oil presser for a few drops of waste oil. Then he tore a strip from his ragged shirt for a wick. He had nothing, yet he gave everything. The next evening, the ceremony began. Seth Donraj's servants placed the 1,000 silver lamps on high wooden stands. They burned bright and tall, dazzling the eyes of the villagers. Look at Seth G, the people shouted. Surely God will be pleased with such wealth. Seth Donrai stood proudly waiting for his prize. Far away in a dark corner near the mud, Sichu lit his broken lamp. The flame was tiny and weak, flickering in the breeze, preparing for the great offering. Suddenly, nature decided to test them. Dark clouds gathered, and a fierce storm struck the riverbank. The wind howled. It whipped the water into waves. Because Seth Donra's lamps were placed high to show them off, the wind struck them hard. One by one, the expensive silver lamps were blown out. Within minutes, the grand display was nothing but darkness and smoke. But down by the water, Seichu saw the wind coming. He didn't care about the prize. He only cared about the light. He curled his small body around the broken lamp, cupping his dirty hands over the flame to create a shield. The storm stung his face, and the rain soaked his clothes, but he didn't move. He took the blow of the storm on his own back to protect the tiny flame. The head priest walked through the darkness with his lantern. The storm test, he passed the defeated merchant standing among his cold silver lamps. Then he found the boy shivering and wet. Sih was still protecting the single flickering light. It was the only light left burning in Kashi. The priest gently touched Sia's shoulder and placed the sacred garland around his neck. Seth Donrai was furious. How? He demanded. I brought silver and royal ghee. He brought trash. Why him? The priest replied calmly, Seth G, you placed your lamps high to feed your ego, so the wind destroyed them. This boy placed his lamp low out of humility and protected it with his love. The light that survives the storm is the only light that matters. Seth Donrai bowed his head in shame, realizing that arrogance destroys, but humility preserves. Friends, remember this. Do not try to shine just to impress the world. Shine to serve the final reward light itself. When the storms of life come, it is not your money or pride that will stay lit, but your humility and faith. Value what is in your